On May 15th, an Iraqi national was arrested in Turkey and extradited to the United States. He was charged with coordinating over 20 separate terror attacks across Europe and North America. The operative's name is Mohammad Baqer Saad Dawood Al-Saadi. He operated at a highly specific intersection, acting as a senior commander for the Kataib Hezbollah militia, while receiving direct training and resources from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC. His portfolio included bombings and targeted assaults, but the most audacious item on his agenda was an assassination plot against the daughter of a former U.S. president, Ivanka Trump. We are looking at an operative who successfully deployed kinetic strikes across 3 continents, while evading international watch lists, only to be undone by a series of self-inflicted digital errors. By reverse engineering Al-Saadi's operational life cycle, we expose the exact tradecraft and the fatal vulnerabilities inherent in modern state-sponsored proxy warfare. Al-Saadi's trajectory began in Baghdad, where he was raised primarily by his Iraqi mother. In 2006, his father, an Iranian brigadier general, died. Following this loss, Al-Saadi was sent to Tehran for specialized military training with the IRGC. This organizational diagram shows the structural relationship between the Iranian state and its regional proxies. In this command structure, Al-Saadi operated under the direct mentorship of the network's most senior leaders, Qasem Soleimani and Abu Mahdi al-Mohandes. That chain of command was abruptly severed in January 2020, following a U.S. drone strike at Baghdad International Airport. The strike eliminated both commanders. For Al-Saadi, who viewed Soleimani as a surrogate father figure, the fallout was deeply personal. He began telling associates that he needed to kill Ivanka to, in his words, burn down the house of Trump the way he burned down our house. Despite the loss of its top general, the IRGC's proxy network maintained operational continuity. Brigadier General Esmail Khani stepped in to replace Soleimani, ensuring that operators like Al-Saadi remained fully resourced. This structure grants an operator the ideological fervor of an insurgent, supported by the elite training and infinite resourcing of a sovereign state. Executing a campaign of over 20 attacks across Europe and North America presents a massive logistical hurdle. The operator has to cross international borders frequently, without triggering standard counterterrorism watch lists. Al-Saadi evaded detection by exploiting legitimate, highly secure sovereign diplomatic documents. Specifically, he carried an Iraqi service passport. This is a special class of document requiring the direct approval of the Iraqi Prime Minister. In practice, it allowed Al-Saadi to bypass standard TSA and Interpol security gates entirely, granting him VIP access at international airports. This flowchart maps a secondary layer of logistical cover. He established a commercial front company specializing in religious travel, serving as a conduit to move personnel and funds globally. Tracking individuals is no longer sufficient for modern counterterrorism. To stop an operative like this, agencies have to penetrate overlapping layers of state bureaucracy and commercial enterprise. The assassination plot against Ivanka Trump did not rely on physical, boots-on-the-ground surveillance. Instead, Al-Saadi weaponized open-source intelligence, or OSINT, conducting remote reconnaissance from thousands of miles away. The target profile soon expanded to include her husband, Jared Kushner, based on his active diplomatic involvement in Middle East peace negotiations. Using commercially available real estate data and satellite maps, Al-Saadi obtained the exact blueprints and layout of their $24 million Florida residence. He analyzed this data to identify line-of-sight vulnerabilities and potential ways to bypass the Secret Service perimeter. This level of sophisticated surveillance stands in sharp contrast to Al-Saadi's fatal operational security failure, his need for digital grandstanding. He leaked his own operational intent directly to the public. He posted the maps, the coordinates of the Florida enclave, and explicit Arabic threats directly to platforms like X and Snapchat. While remote reconnaissance allows proxies to map VIP vulnerabilities from thousands of miles away, the psychological need to project that power digitally creates the exact forensic breadcrumbs intelligence agencies need to track them. The kinetic execution phase of Al-Saadi's campaign began in March. Over a span of just a few weeks, he initiated a rapid sequence of attacks across multiple countries. This map tracks the tactical execution. This sprint included the firebombing of a bank in Amsterdam, a stabbing in London, and a shooting in Toronto. To claim responsibility, the network utilized a shell identity, a front group called Harakat Ashab al-Yamin al-Islamiyya. Proxy fronts exist specifically to manufacture plausible deniability. They allow state actors to wage kinetic war globally while shielding their core leadership in Tehran from direct geopolitical retaliation. Eventually, Al-Saadi shifted his focus to domestic U.S. targets. He began coordinating a bombing campaign against Jewish institutions in New York City, Los Angeles, and Scottsdale. This domestic pivot triggered direct intervention. The operative connected with an individual he believed was a local asset, who was actually an undercover FBI agent. The final flaw was financial. To execute the attack on a Manhattan synagogue, he sent a $3,000 cryptocurrency down payment to the undercover agent. Shortly after that transfer, he was apprehended in Turkey and extradited to the United States. He is currently being held in solitary confinement in a Brooklyn detention center. Modern state-sponsored proxies utilize elite training and diplomatic passports to bypass physical borders, but their reliance on decentralized crypto financing and social media ego inevitably exposes them to precision counterintelligence. The physical perimeter may be porous, but the digital footprint is permanent.